I'm going to do the intro, by the way. I'm ready.
Oh, you're going to do the intro?
Yeah.
Wow. Wonders will never cease.
Welcome to No Sad Face, the toxically positive Kingdom Hearts podcast with your hosts, me, regular Pat, and the co-host who I put on X because he's the cure to all my woes, PJ from Cabletown. PJ, how are you?
What?
You're on my X shortcut because you're my cure. You make me feel good.
I got it. Okay. I was misunderstanding. I understand.
Don't get twisted.
Thank you so much. You're on my second page of shortcuts, I'm afraid.
What? Like in Cage 3 where you have to like flip over to the other options?
They sure not on third. Keynote's on third. Hi, how you doing?
I'm good. As of recording, we've got episode 3 out, and people have really taken to that. That was all about the voice actors.
David does not like it.
He doesn't like. See, that's so funny because that was my favorite episode of the season so far. I don't even remember what happened in 4.
I had a good time.
If you ask me what 4 was about, it might take me 5 minutes to remember.
I couldn't look at 4 anymore. I started editing it and I said I can't do this anymore. And David was like, "I will do a content edit." And
I'll do it.
So I haven't heard. This is the first episode. 4 is the first episode that David is doing a content edit on. You want to do news?
Yeah, we don't have any news, right?
Nope.
Okay.
But
all right, folks.
Change.
Let's see. Here's our news segment.
Poof.
All right. Yeah, that was interesting.
More tumbleweeds. Speaking of which, you know what? Even though David did not edit the newest episode that's been out, he changed the credits outro. Yeah.
To have the word heroes spelled properly?
Well, no, he changed the audio.
Oh,
he put the thing about the tumbleweeds in there.
Oh, cool.
Originally, it was some random ending, but I recorded a thing after saying, "Hey, I want everyone to know that as soon as we stopped recording, Pat told me that his landlord did try to come into the building and fix it."
Yes. Yeah.
And David,
this will be weird.
Yeah, David didn't think it was funny, so he got rid of it.
Come on, David.
I know, and I did not tell him. He's getting a little comfortable.
Little dictatorial, even, I would say.
Yeah. Oh, well. I mean, that's
we'll call
what
him
happens.
Dickish David.
He probably...
He's going to cut this too.
Maybe. I don't think he was wrong to do it, though. So
probably not.
Maybe he'll keep it.
I think the tumbleweed stinger was funny, though.
It was funny. It was good. I had another Kingdom Hearts voice actor anecdote.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not nearly as fun as the Billy Zane one. Alex listened to the newest episode, and he was listening to us talk about voice acting speculation and about Sonny. And I was like, yeah, Sonny's really making it happen. He's doing a bunch of stuff now. And I was like, really? Should I introduce him to...
I like your Alex voice, by the way. He sounded just like that when I...
You know what's really funny about my Alex voice? Alex uses Siri on his phone. If I want to fuck with his phone or have his phone do something, I will talk to it, but it won't work for me unless I do my imitation of Alex. And then it will work for me.
That's really funny.
So I'm like...
He's like, I don't sound like that. And then Siri doesn't respond unless you do the voice.
I know. So then I'm across the room and I go, "Hey Siri, can you turn the lights off?" And the lights will go off. So that's that story. But okay, awesome. Alex was like, "Should I try to introduce Sonny to Jeff Nimoy?" And I went, "Who the fuck is Jeff Nimoy, first of all? And second of all, if he is who I think he is, you're in big trouble."
Like Leonard? Like no relation or yes relation to Leonard?
Yes relation to Leonard.
Okay.
Jeff Nimoy is Leonard Nimoy's cousin who's in Digimon.
Oh, okay.
And Alex knows him.
Wow.
And Alex and I have known each other for almost 7 years, 8 years. We've been dating for 2. He played Kingdom Hearts for like 18 months of it. Not once has he ever said anything about knowing a relative of Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah.
So we're in counseling now.
This is a big hurdle.
That's what's happening.
To work through these issues.
Yeah, it's rough. Speaking of Sonny, welcome to our mid-season party.
What?
Yeah, we're halfway through.
I guess you're right, yeah.
It is. We're halfway through the season. This episode, we are going to be talking about the Lost Kingdom Hearts mobile games. It's a pretty big topic. We have to talk about the games that came, that went, and some never came at all.
Yep.
Just like Reno. And it'll be a lot of fun. What do you know about Kingdom Hearts mobile games? And pretend that we haven't already talked about it.
Yeah, sure. Well, I will say much of what I do know about them came from listening to our guest just now and by watching her videos.
Yep.
You know, there's a lot of stuff out there that is not stuff that Square Enix either made or will put out in the forefront to remind us that they made it. You know, very occasionally. It's more so like they will reference aspects of these games in other games. But it's not frequent that they'll come out and say like, hey, remember KH Mobile? Remember Gummy Ship Studio or Digital Painter or anything like that?
Wow.
Remember how there was coded on the phones? Like, as far as, you know, KH Gen Pop is concerned, Recoded was the only coded at this point. Like, they do not really talk about the fact that this was this exclusive Japanese.
They don't even
game.
call it coded.
Right,
you know,
right.
That's great. I've talked about that before, but like the name coded.
Yeah, yeah.
Gone. Lost the time.
But yeah, there's so much out there that is either very only tangentially known to the KH fandom or just outright ignored. But there's interesting stuff in there, and even if it's not canon or if it's not something that you would find particularly, you know, interesting in terms of, you know, the story progression of the series, I think there's a lot of, you know, good meaty content in there just in terms of the history of the series, how things got developed. You know, if you put these things into the context of when they were created, it gives you some insight as to how Square Enix and Nomura or the people that they contracted to make these games were operating at the time. So it's interesting stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stigma around mobile gaming, particularly in the Kingdom Hearts community. At large, yes, of course.
Yeah.
But in the Kingdom Hearts community, I think the gacha element of Union Cross really, really killed the fans' opinions of it. It's kind of like how because of Chain of Memories, we could never go back to doing cards.
Right.
Because of that, like, mobile games just were not... They're just currently not favorable. But, you know, we talk a little bit more about context later in this episode. It was a different time, different world, different technology, new technology, right? Like, just breaking. And almost as soon as Kingdom Hearts came out, they were trying to put it on phones. You know, the Vcast games are kind of this, like, really weird and charming thing. God, we're going to talk about Bo and Yang in every fucking episode. But he, like, in one of his movies, he has a throwaway line about Vcast.
I did not know that.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
From my perspective as well, this is a huge blind spot for me.
Yeah.
I know that I've been around for a long time. I'm knowledgeable of these things. Like, I know of them. I have never played them. I don't have a lot of hands-on experience with them. I can just kind of talk about, like, what I remember of the time.
Right.
I remember in 2004, 2005, Vcast was announced. Chain of Memories had just come out. 2 was not out yet. Like, this is how early it was. And Kingdom Hearts 4 Vcast was announced, and people tore it to fucking shreds.
Yep.
They thought it was ugly. They hated it. They wanted nothing to do with it. They didn't have... It's really weird at that point. Not enough people had smartphones. So it was like, I can't play it anyway.
Yeah.
I hate this shit. I don't have Verizon. It's whatever. And it's really funny looking back on it now, because I think, like, the temperature regarding Vcast in the community is like, what a weird, funny thing that happened. It's kind of goofy.
Yeah.
It's kind of charming. Goofy gets lit on fire.
Right. There is no vitriol towards this thing anymore. Maybe because it's so, like, anecdotal to, like, if you were there at the time, like, people, like, there's almost nobody active in the community who, like, is really talking about, like, I remember playing Vcast and, like, how I felt about it. Like, you saying your memories of it on the podcast is, like, the most firsthand coverage you really get about this game.
Right, and it honestly, it did not get much better. So for people who don't know, if you are not as deep in the lore, or if you're Alex, Kingdom Hearts Vcast is a mobile game that was announced around 2005, 2004, came out in 2005 for Verizon phones using the Verizon Internet Vcast service. It was an episodic game that released episodes either, like, every month or maybe every other month. I don't remember. The game is notable because it was not made by Square Enix. The original Kingdom Hearts team had nothing to do with it. They didn't touch it. Nomura did not have any input regarding it. And that's another reason why it was hated when it was announced, because people are like, this is not a true Kingdom Hearts game.
Right.
It is a very harmless one-off story that takes place during the first Kingdom Hearts game, where Sora and the gang are on the gummy ship, and Sora goes to sleep while the gummy ship is on autopilot, and Maleficent uses a curse to invade Sora's dreams. And Sora has to, like, break the curse in his dreams before getting turned into a Heartless. And that's it.
And
it's
for what it's worth, based on how, like, the premise of the game and how it's set up, really doesn't have to not be canon. You know what I mean? Like,
no, yeah,
it's
they did like a surprisingly good job about that, right? Like, it could have happened.
Yeah,
and also not that different from stuff that does happen in later Kingdom Hearts games.
Yeah,
so take that what you will. Primary antagonist was Maleficent. There is a tutorial level that kind of turns into a separate level called Swashbuckler's Island. The tutorial is like an obstacle course. The Swashbuckler Island is an uninhabited desert island where Sora meets a friendly talking parrot who helps him build a raft and get off of the island, kind of mimicking what he does in Kingdom Hearts 1 and Destiny Islands. Sora has been cursed. He finds out in Wonderland that there is a potion that he can make to break the curse, but it requires all these ingredients that he has to travel the worlds for. Not a bad premise for having to travel worlds.
Yeah.
He goes to Wonderland, he goes to Agrabah, and then he goes to Maleficent's castle, which did not have a canon name in Kingdom Hearts yet. Like, there was not a canon name for that world in Kingdom Hearts, so it's just called Maleficent's castle. To confront Maleficent and to break his curse and to wake up, and at one point Donald and Goofy are there. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Very cute, very harmless. Comes out, and Nomura's like, I don't know her. And then they never touch it again. There are various other mobile things that are done throughout the years. Disney releases a Kingdom Hearts mobile service that has like avatars and phone customization stuff. Square releases one that competes with it almost immediately after. Square then goes on to make Coded, which is a mobile game. Coded is delivered to mobile phones through the Kingdom Hearts mobile service, which is offered through the Japanese Docomo service. And Kingdom Hearts Mobile, which a lot of people don't know, and didn't know until recently, was like a mobile hub of all things Kingdom Hearts. Like, it had a bunch of mini games, it had a unique avatar system, it delivered updates of Coded. I also think, and I should have clarified this with the guest, there were developer logs. Did you know this at one point? Tetsuya Nomura actually gave like relatively consistent updates. It was called Letter from the Kingdom or Message from the Kingdom, I believe. Like, just small blogs kind of updating people to where they were. And they don't do that. They obviously don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
But I think those were originally delivered through KH Mobile. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts Mobile, it came, it went, it ended in 2013, so it stuck around for a while, even when it wasn't really giving any new updates. Right. And we still see elements of it today. And, we go into that a little bit. But other than that, Pat, I haven't played it.
Yeah, no, I have no experience with it whatsoever.
They're pretty big chunks of Kingdom Hearts history, too, because the mobile service was kind of happening concurrently with the handheld trio.
Yeah.
So it was also giving you updates, like themed things around the release of days. Coded was a monthly game. So every month it had a new episode. So there were things reflecting that. And Birth by Sleep, which came out around the same time that Coded ended. It's actually really, narratively speaking, it was actually very sophisticated the way they delivered the stories and the updates.
So well planned, and again, you can't help but compare it.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, what can you do?
Yeah.
There you are.
Not a whole lot.
Not a whole lot. I will also say now, before we get into it, these two episodes, part 1 and part 2, do not talk about Key. The Key community and the Union Cross and the Unchained Key community, those are big topics that will get time later. Yeah. So the Dandelion event, end of service, Dark Road, updates, the fandom perspective on all of that, that'll be a little later. So we're not ignoring it. I know that was a huge thing, we were around for that.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about it. Also, what's not getting talked about in these 2 episodes is the mess that is fragmented keys.
Mm-hmm.
That is another thing. That's a piece of lost media. We will talk about that later.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't have a lot of personal experience. You don't have a lot of personal experience. I think that we need to whip out the Heartbinders.
Yes.
I'm going to go look for the box.
Okay,
so
go find
while
the
I'm
box.
rummaging.
Okay.
While I'm rummaging, we're going to take a break.
All right.
I love a good break time command.
Yeah, that
have
was
you ever
great.
thought about like what your pose would be if you did break time?
Definitely not doing standing push-ups, I'll tell you that much.
Are you a break dancer?
Nope, I'm also not a majorette as Aqua fancies herself, so I'm not sure what I would do.
I would definitely be the majorette for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Is there a dance that requires you just kind of sitting there?
Oh God. Yeah, like remember when I got the chicken tenders at in
I was
Denver?
literally about to say,
And I was dancing
I swear
like-
to God, Pat, my vision of you doing break time is you on a stool
Dancing
with
like
those
Elmo.
fucking chicken tenders doing your little drunk happy shimmy.
Yeah.
That is absolutely what I was about to say. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's my
We've been
break
working
time.
together too
A
long.
little bit too long, yeah. We have synergized.
Break time is brought to you by our patrons.
Yeah, we
Patreon.
literally we couldn't put food on the table without your help.
Yeah, never mind the fact that we haven't seen a dime of it, because it's all going to David
Yeah.
for a while.
And then he buys
You know?
us food, and so the cycle continues. He still hasn't seen a cent.
Yeah, he will buy me food. I'm going home for a while, which is why we're recording a bunch of episodes,
Right.
stacking them on top of each other. I will make sure that David buys me food when we're home.
He better.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, patreon.com/nosadface. There's a QR code, blah, blah, blah. This is where we hang out. We have a little community that's been blossoming in Pat's Discord, a secret channel.
Yeah.
So, if you're one of our patrons, you get access to that. It's really fun. It's really chill. Another feature that we haven't really implemented yet because no one's asked us any questions, but if you guys have questions, we will address them in a personalized Q&A every month, and no one's asked us anything. I guess it's because we don't really have much else to say because we talk so much.
Yeah, maybe we should shut the fuck up, and that would allure them.
Yeah. So
It's tough. It's a tough balancing act.
Yeah, we've got previews, we've got extended episodes, we've got lots of other little treats that end up showing up on the Patreon. There are 2 tiers, a junior hero tier and a wayfinder tier. You get different stuff for both. I'm not going to get too much more into it, but if you can
Go check it out. Go
if you
read
can
about it.
Donate, check it out. And if not, again, the best way to support us is just to be active. Like, thumbs up, subscribe. I know it's trite, but it's true.
Trite and true.
Recommend these to our friends, to your friends, to people who've never heard of the games. Apparently, that works.
Yeah. Shout out to the
Who knew?
buffoon community.
Yeah. Well, speaking of people who have heard, let's take some time to shout out a couple of the Wayfinders. We have been growing, so we're going to shove in more of
Okay.
these, but not spend less time.
Yeah.
First person I'm going to shout out is Andrew. Andrew D. I think we've seen you commenting.
Yes.
Don't know you super well, but we appreciate you being here. You have a baby in your profile picture. I believe that's you holding a
baby.
baby. Yeah, so we're going to take that $7 right out of your kid's mouth,
Yeah.
and we're going to give it to our kid, David.
Thanks, baby. Goo goo gaga.
Yeah.
We're giving this to David so he can buy us more chicken tenders and pizza.
Get dunked on if you're listening. Maybe we put the baby to sleep.
Yeah, that's
Isn't
true.
that a sweet thing?
I've been told that I
Yeah.
put people to sleep with my content, so
It is not. Yeah, we've heard that on this too.
Yeah.
And I very famously said, "Let me catch you," using me to sleep.
yeah,
I'll peek in every episode. I don't care.
yeah.
Yeah, I peeked a long time ago. Let's be honest. But thank you, Andrew. You're cool. Stick around. Or not. Whatever. It's
Yeah,
just-
do whatever
it's
you
your
want.
choice.
It's your baby. Feed the baby.
But welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like you. Next up is our buddy Lance.
What's up, Lance?
Lance.
Lance is just like on a different level. He's the master for a reason.
Lance is on a different level. Has been really stepping up, and he did so much for March Caprice this year.
Yeah. Yep.
So much. I mean, friend to streamers all over the world, friend to Kingdom Hearts fans. Our opinions have been clashing recently, and it's been very hard not to kick his ass because he does pay me every month.
Yeah.
But I'm on my best behavior, Lance.
That is one of the largest hurdles with starting a Patreon, I found, is that the people that pay you the most are also like the people who like you want to kick each other's asses the most.
Absolutely.
And Lance will win because he
Absolutely.
can probably do it with the guitar behind his back with his eyes closed. So
Yeah. And I feel like he's tall, right? Like he's taller
I've
than
met Lance. He's
for
tall.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I have to. He was a recruit. Yeah.
Right.
I guess I just don't remember how tall he was.
Yeah.
I don't know. But honestly, I'm not that worried about it because tall guys are attracted to me. It doesn't take long. It just happens. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something about all this is irresistible to tall people, except to Lance, who has better things to do and will surely beat me up with his guitars.
Absolutely.
But Lance, you're cool. We're really happy that you're here.
Thank you, Lance.
Speaking of people whose ass we want to beat, but we can't, T-Mac!
T-Mac. I don't want to beat T-Mac's ass.
No, T-Mac is one of my favorites. I love T-Mac so much.
He's so chill. He's such a cool guy. I also got to meet him at Reconnect. One of my favorite moments that I will cherish for a long time is the memory of me, RF, regular fiance, at the time regular girlfriend, it was right before we got engaged, 2C Phoenix and T-Mac were just walking the streets of Denver at like 1 a.m, getting each other back to our respective hotels. It was so sweet. And like, what a crew. Who would have thought? Not me.
Yeah. It's funny how people come into your life and the order in which they do and the weird things that kind of force you together.
Yeah.
I never imagined when you and I met that we would be embarking on this little project, but I have to say it's been one of the most fun.
I mean, I remember when we first met, I was hoping that I wouldn't have to talk to you very much.
Ever again.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I don't know if we've talked about it very much on this podcast, other than being like, we didn't like each other.
Yeah.
I didn't know Pat at all. So, I came into Requiem and I was my cheerful, wonderful, usual self. Mm-hmm. And Pat was like, I don't know about this guy. You guys, I don't. Again, nobody gets my humor until it's too late.
Until it's way too late.
Yeah, but then I was going through a rough time as well. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
It was difficult. I was really missing a sense of community. Like, we were deep in the COVID days, Mm-hmm. And I just sent a little message to some of the people in Requiem, including Pat. Like, being like, yeah, thank you. I feel very welcome. Everyone's been really nice, and I appreciate it. And Pat was like, fuck, I hated him.
Fuck, I'm such an asshole.
Yeah, that's not what happened with T-Mac, though. T-Mac's been cool from the beginning.
T-Mac has always been cool, and not a doubt in my mind. And shout out to T-Mac's cat Snake.
Sure. That was Patreon Corner.
Nice.
Thank you very much.
Hell yeah.
And we're back. That was a great break that we have totally recorded already, and we're not going to record
I
after.
needed it.
Yeah, wow. I feel rejuvenated.
Me too.
So before the break, we had mentioned that you and I don't really have experience with the older lost Kingdom Hearts mobile titles.
No, yeah, I have never gotten my hands on any of the the eccentricities hidden in the depths of the Cage catalog.
Well, I've been around forever, and I talked a little bit about what I remembered, but I don't have anything hands-on, and so that was a problem. But I told you that I thought I had a solution, and I've gone and I found my solution. I went into my Temu box, and I have another heart binder.
Oh my god,
isn't that great?
I think we need to get some sort of quality check on this Temu box.
Well, the Violet one worked.
That's true.
So.
That's true. I mean, I'm not sure though, because I did lose that game pretty terribly, and that seems out of character for me. So I think there might be
skill issue.
Maybe something wrong with the heart binders. But go ahead. What's this one? Dust this one off. What's this one all about?
This one is the Gummy Phone.
Oh,
heart binder. Yeah. Okay. I think our buddy Aid will show up if we use this one.
I hope so, because I think we might have ran out of minutes, but.
Yeah, well, speaking of running out of minutes, let's hurry up because the show's going on.
Yeah.
Okay. And we focus on it and we think real hard.
I'm thinking.
Nothing happens.
Oh. Ring.
Oh my god, there you are.
Ringing.
Hello.
Hi,
oh
Aid.
My gosh, you guys. This is our friend Aid1043. She has a great YouTube that actually, you've been making videos for 2 years now? And Aid really focuses on mobile content. I mean, you do a lot. You do a lot of stuff, but I think your crowning glory is all the work that you've done for the various Kingdom Hearts mobile games.
I've done a lot of stuff with, as you said, the various mobile and Flash and the weird things that the Kingdom Hearts series does that people don't really like to talk about, or they don't know it exists to talk about in the first place.
I like it.
I have to say, it feels like I am shocked to hear that it's not even been 2 full years yet, because Aid feels like such a staple in the community to me already. Like, if you told me, oh yeah, it's been 4 or 5 years, I'd be like, yeah, of course it has. Aid has done such a good job at bringing these more obscure things to light, and really, I mean, I'm someone who does this as a job, and there's so many things that I still don't know about Kingdom Hearts. And I'm sure it goes for you too, PJ, where like you've been into this fandom for such a long time, so deep into the fandom, and I'm sure you've learned tons of stuff that he discovered.
How did you get to the deep cuts, the mobile, the lost stuff?
Took a roundabout path there, and it all started at the KH Wiki. If I got really into some sort of media, the first thing I would do is, after I've consumed everything that I can completely on my own, is I would go and take a look at its wiki. And if you search hard enough, you could find other wikis from other fandoms that I had edited previous to Kingdom Hearts. That one kind of took over. I think it was sometime like maybe early 2022, I created my account and just started editing things on the wiki, and slowly became exposed to Vcast and mobile and all of these other things. And eventually, after looking at their info for so long, I thought, man, I really wish this article had more on it. And then I just started looking into it.
Yeah.
Wow. Shout out to KH Wiki, by the way.
And thank God it was KH Wiki that A landed on, and not
Absolutely
KingdomHearts.wiki and .fandom.com.
Absolutely.
Also, very Kingdom Hearts like fan behavior to like keep researching. Like, I feel like there are a couple of different camps of Kingdom Hearts fans. There are people who are like, I'm just going to play through it, and I'm going to do the gameplay, and I'm going to do my speedrun, and that's it. And that's totally valid. There are people who are like, I'm just going to focus on the characters, and I'm going to make my fan fiction, and I'm going to do that, and that's totally valid. And then there are also people that are like, I need to understand like the programming language that was used and how the engines are different, and I need to like take a deep dive at all the differences, and I need to really know everything I can about this game. And it seems like that's the path that you took. I'm going to start in order and talking about the games. Vcast came out in 2005. So I think it's the first thing we should talk about.
Yeah.
Everyone agree?
Yeah.
I remember that so vividly, 21 years ago. And I remember that there was like a visceral reaction about it. People hated it. People were very unkind to it. And I always thought that it looked kind of charming. Like, it kind of looked like an old, like maybe a PS1 era game. And I was always kind of intrigued by it, but I was like, oh, I don't have a Vcast device. Like, I can't access this. This is goodbye forever. What was the draw there for you in terms of finding out about the game and wanting to chronicle it?
I think of all of the various miscellanea of the KH series, Vcast is the one that everyone knows about. It's like the tip of the iceberg if you're looking for a fun, quote-unquote, obscure Kingdom Hearts fact, is that they once made this game for flip phones. And I think because of that, it was just the one I was most presently aware of. It seemed like the biggest deal. So I thought, this thing is just so famously lost. Like, that's interesting. I want to learn more. And just by sheer coincidence, this was relatively recently after people had found some of the chapters of the game and a way to emulate it. So it just happened to line up that the time I was looking into this was just around the time that the pieces were falling into place. When I encountered it, they had already recovered 4 out of its 5 chapters, or 3 out of its 4 chapters, because 2 of them are lumped together in one. Each one could only be... You can only have one downloaded on a phone at a time, which is why one of them is still missing, and we have found the other 3. So that was already established by the time I looked into it.
The Wonderland chapter continues to be missing. People desperately trying to find someone who could theoretically have that episode on their phone. Can you talk a little bit about like how this could be missing and like what the problem with it is and how the game worked, so to speak?
For the low price of, I think, $4 or $5 a month, you would have access to Vcast, Verizon's mobile broadband service. One of the things on this was Kingdom Hearts. That's what its official title was, just Kingdom Hearts. And you could download it, and it would get you 1 chapter on your phone. This contained Obstacle Course, which is a tutorial, and Swashbuckler's Island, the first real world. And if you played all the way through that, and you thought, this is fun, I would like to see more. Then the game would prompt you to download Wonderland. And if you pressed that download button, all of the obstacle course and Swashbuckler's Island files would be removed from your phone, and all of the Wonderland chapters would be downloaded from the server. And this happened at the end of every world. You would jettison the world you just completed and take in the files of the next world. Which means that if you finished the game, you would have a phone with the files of the last chapter of the game. So 20 years later, we find a flip phone of someone who beat the game, we're going to get the last world of the game. If we find a phone from someone who downloaded the game but never really played it that far, well, we just got the first chapter of the game. So the problem with Wonderland is you need to find someone who got to the second world, stopped playing, and then did not delete it from their phone.
Yeah, it's just unlucky then. Like, the spot that world is in sort of lends to the fact that it's just trickier to get our hands on this.
Yeah. Also kind of a miracle that we have Agrabah then.
Right, yeah. Like, that's very lucky, I would think.
Well, if you're out there, and if you have the Wonderland, I mean, there's no way. There's no way that anybody who has it is listening.
Do you think at this point it's, like, so mythological in the fandom that, like, some freak has it and they're like, it's mine, like, it's only for me? Like,
yeah. Yeah, and I probably know his name. You want to say it at the same time?
Wait,
1, 2, 3.
My mind was racing. I was like, it could be like so many people. But like, we need to look into it being like, you know, someone who is concerned with preservation, like in Aid 1043, and it might be some freak who's like the villain from a treasure hunting movie, you know?
I mean, just to have a phone of that era that had Vcast, first of all.
Right.
Like,
it's such a filter to get down to what we need.
Are there any hints? Are there any rumors? Are there any rumblings? Or do you just
think are
it's lost forever?
Old message board posts of people who claim they have it, and then there's no supporting evidence, or someone who posted a screenshot, but it's kind of suspect. So there's no actual evidence we have of this Wonderland chapter other than our hopes and dreams.
Yeah, it's a strange thing, and I often think, I remember that Nomura kind of threw shade at it in an interview over 20 years ago, being like, yeah, we've got nothing to do with that. That's a Disney project. Yeah. But I often wonder, and maybe we'll get into this in another episode at some point, but I wonder if some of these unofficial projects that end up getting worked on that Nomura doesn't work on kind of lights a fire under his ass and makes him put forth, like, the definitive version. Because when you look at Coded, there are similarities between Coded and Vcast.
Yeah, that's true. I never thought about that, but I would think, like, maybe even the heightened emphasis on your basic, like, platforming might take inspiration from a Vcast.
Who's to say, right? Like, who knows? But, it's not the only instance in which there is a superior version in Nomura's mind of the concept, and then he does it. Stay tuned for that. Before we move on from Vcast, is there anything that Aid or Pat that you want to talk about or ask about, or anything that you want people to know about this game?
I'll let Aid lead on that.
I've done my best to correct this, but it's still out there, and I see it. There's a pretty common misconception that this game released like October 1st in Japan or something like that in 2004. It never did. It was American only, didn't release till 2005. But there was, I think it was an IGN review that had a wrong release date saying that it came out in Japan. And I've seen that copy-pasted so many times over on the internet. I think even I used that, like, the very first video about Vcast I ever made before I discovered that, no, this is categorically false. So no, if you believe that, do not believe that. It came out February 1st, 2005.
Well, I want to get to the meat, I suppose, of your efforts of the bigger picture overall. Gonna skip past the Customize app, which you did a really lovely video on a couple weeks ago for March Caprice, the real most obscure Kingdom Hearts game. I won't get too much into that to steal the thunder, but David put a clip here, and then I'll make sure to do the linking thing. I want to talk about Kingdom Hearts.
All right.
I talked about this a little bit at the beginning of the episode. It came out as a delivery portal service for Coded, but it was so much more.
It was really a wealth of Kingdom Hearts content in its era. It was announced at that one event that had a really obnoxious name. It was like the DK Sigma 3713.
3713. Yep. Yep.
God, it was so bad already by like the second syllable.
It's a lot. Well, Dissidia, Kingdom Hearts, Sigma Harmonix,
right.
Third Birthday, Final Fantasy 7, and 13. Like, that's...
Of course.
It's a lot. It's a lot. It's still cool, though. Wish they would had that many games to show off at once now. Just throwing that out there.
So mobile was announced then in 2008, and they said... It's going to come out in fall this year. It did not come out in fall. I think it was delayed until December, but they had plans. So they released Kingdom Hearts Mobile as this service for Japanese flip phones. And I think before I get into the app itself, it's important just to note how big and ubiquitous flip phones were in Japan at the time. It was a massive cultural trend. The mobile carrier, Docomo, that's the one that Kingdom Hearts Mobile was compatible with. I think it was something like 50 million people in 2010 had a Docomo phone, which was over a third of Japan's population. So this was no small market.
Docomo International, a huge corporation, both in terms of customership, but also just presence in Japan. That the giant clock tower in Japan that's on the cover of Kingdom Hearts 3 is the Docomo Tower.
Wow.
Like, it's a big deal. It was not a surprise that another Kingdom Hearts mobile experience was announced when it was announced.
And before they announced mobile at all, they had already teased the fact that Coded was going to be a thing. So we knew we were getting one of these... We're going to get a Kingdom Hearts game on Kingdom Hearts phones, or on flip phones. And it was only after that did they reveal, actually, this game that we promised, it's going to be part of this package distribution subscription service. And that's how we're going to distribute it.
We've talked about Coded before on here. The original Coded had a demo that came out before KH Mobile came out, I think. That's the order of events. So I think the pre-installed demo was the first experience into Coded, and then everything else was on mobile.
Yeah, so the Coded demo was in November of 2008, so a month before mobile proper released. And then actual Coded didn't come until, I think, June or July 2009. So there was a period of time there where we had mobile, but no sign of Coded other than that demo.
Actually, before we move on, do we know... Like, what was the reception or the temperature in the room regarding this mobile project? Like, were people excited about it? Or, like, do we have, primary sources from back in the day talking about what they thought about this new experience?
I don't really have a good gauge of the general fan opinion of it at the time, but I have dug through enough blogs from Japanese superfans to know that at least some people really, really liked mobile.
I feel like it's the exact kind of things that Japanese fans of the time would have ate up.
Yeah, that's the impression I got.
Until you started covering it, Aid, I don't think I really even looked that much into it or knew how many apps and mini games and things were actually a part of Kingdom Hearts Mobile.
I was so ignorant that I thought KH Mobile was a synonym for Vcast for like at least probably a year. Like the first time I heard it, I was like, oh, that's just another way that people are referring to Vcast, Kingdom Hearts on a mobile phone. So this is definitely tier 2 of the iceberg, I would say, beneath Vcast somehow.
Yeah, which is pretty funny because every once in a while, Square Enix will just randomly acknowledge KH Mobile. Like, I think in the big list of all games they did at the 20th anniversary, where they had that piano version of Hikari playing, they did a timeline of every game and the date it released, and they threw mobile on it. So, sometimes it's there.
I want to get into the various services that were in the app, but also how you came across them and like your mammoth effort, not only in chronicling them, but in preserving them, making them playable, translating them. Like, can you really give me like a top to bottom overview of this and your experience with it?
So for mobile as a whole, if you're looking into it from the outside, especially before I did all of the work I did to try to make this info more accessible, chances are your impression of it is going to be the Avatar Kingdom. This was essentially the hub app of Kingdom Hearts Mobile. From the Avatar Kingdom app, you could download episodes of Kingdom Hearts Coded or download the other mini games we'll talk about. The Avatar Kingdom, it had the avatars, what we now look at as the Theatrhythm style, that little chibi-like stylized characters that you could dress up. One of the menus within the Avatar Kingdom was a minigame shop. When mobile released, they had 3 of these minigames available. And progressively, throughout the rest of 2009, going barely into the beginning of 2010, they would release more and more minigames, up to a total of 8. And you would launch these applications separately on your flip phone, but you would still need to have an active subscription to the overall Kingdom Hearts mobile service to play them, even if you had them downloaded. As a user, you had access to these 8 different mini-games, in addition to the main hub. These mini-games range from, like, nice little diversions. A Kingdom Hearts-themed version of Reversey, or a Kingdom Hearts-themed version of Spider Solitaire. They're not really offering much unique or interesting, but they're really charming. They just everything dressed up in little Kingdom Hearts outfits. If nothing else, it looks cute. And then some of them were really in-depth, like more in-depth than they had any reason to be. Like they made Balloon Glider, which is a complete recreation of a minigame from Chain of Memories, now on a completely 2D field for the flip phone. Or they had Pair Card Battle, which is a loosely based on a variant of Mahjong, but it's this card battle game which has, you need to have, it's like a timing reaction based thing, and also they re-implemented the entire drive form system like incredibly accurately. They clearly put a lot of care and effort into making these silly little games feel like they were part of a Kingdom Hearts experience. One of the biggest mini games was KH Daifugo, which was directly related to Chain of Memories. It had this tiny little canon story in it, which was about what happens when Naminé is piecing together Sora's memories after the events of Calm. So these 2 games were kind of, from the beginning, they were always kind of linked.
Seeing you kind of uncovering it and talking more about it in the video that you made a couple of years ago, I guess just a year ago, that was, I mean, those are pretty fun feat, I have to say.
Daifugo was one of the ones that launched with the Kingdom Hearts mobile service, and they gradually added the others over time. But eventually, well, as what happens with all of these mobile services, it was shut down. So you couldn't download any of these games anymore. If you did have them saved on your phone, you could play them, except when the Kingdom Hearts mobile subscription eventually shut down as a whole, well, you're no longer a subscriber to the app, and you can only play these mini-games if you have an active subscription. So now they're just sitting on your phone being useless. Eventually they found their way to the modern day. Most of the time when we're preserving Keitai games, Keitai are Japanese feature phones. When it comes to preserving Keitai games, it's usually luck of the draw. People will purchase second-hand flip phones from Japan, sometimes one at a time, sometimes just in bulk. Open them all up and see what games they have on them, and just hope it's something that we don't have yet.
It's like a blind box, or like you're getting like a pack of Pokemon cards.
I think they took the second route of preserving these games, which is getting in contact with someone from Japan who still has all of these on their phone, and is either willing to ship their phone overseas so that someone else can extract the data from it, or willing to go through a complicated process involving a custom cable that they have to purchase or solder themselves to extract the data from the phone.
You gotta be serious. You gotta be in it for this.
Yeah. And it's also, there's not as much of a push for preservation among Japanese gaming culture. I can't really speak too much to the details, but I know there's more of a stigma. There's less of a willingness to cooperate in these preservation efforts compared to what you see from the English-speaking community, relatively.
Why do you think that? I mean, I know on the whole, Japanese people are not fussed about getting rid of stuff forever.
It could be like a philosophical thing. Like, You know, it's like, think about the death and the like erasure of media. I feel like, you know, from a Western context, I feel like we're so much more scared and concerned about like impermanence. And maybe that's just not as big of a deal over there. And again, blanket statements, and I'm just, you know, armchair, you know, philosophizing here, but you know, it's, maybe we just are generally, more concerned with, like, we have to keep this. It can't die. It has to be here forever, you know?
Japanese people write in.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah, all of our
They're
listeners.
not going to write in. They're going to be like, get whatever.
Stop talking about us.
Nerds. Get away from us.
So, thanks to the efforts of the Ketai preservation community, we have all of the mini games of Kingdom Hearts Mobile preserved. The Avatar Kingdom is special. It has like 11 different areas in it, something like that. Like one of them's a shop where you buy ringtones, one of them's the shop where you get mini games, one of them's the shop where you get wallpapers, etc., etc. And only one of them is loaded into the phone at a time. So we got a copy of Avatar Kingdom that has 1/11 of the app on it. So the rest of that still out there somewhere. But all of the mini games, at least we have. Once we got the mini games, that was step one, having the files. Step two was getting them playable. There are emulators that exist for this, for these specific types of flip phones. But like I said earlier, the apps wouldn't let you play them unless you had an active subscription. So someone had to go into the code and remove that check so that you could play the games without a subscription, because the subscriptions just don't exist anymore.
What does that look like? How that's so much effort to try and undo and, like, I don't know, circumnavigate these systems.
Yeah. This was before I was cognizant of this going on. So I'm not too exact on the details, but in general I can say when you go into one of these games, you're looking at a bunch of code and you just don't know what's going on in it, because the way that Kingdom Hearts Mobile's code was like compressed, there are no names for everything. Your current HP is not saved in something called HP. It's saved in A. Your MP is not saved in something called MP. It's saved in B. And then the next one is C, and the next one is D. And if you have like a number saved, and then you have a piece of text saved, well, those are different things, so they can both be named A. So you're just looking at code that says like A.AA parentheses B. You're like, what does any of this mean? So
That sounds fun.
It sounds horrible.
Yeah. So there's a lot of, compared to looking at other code, mobile in specific has a lot of reverse engineering involved in trying to figure out where anything even happens. So when I came onto the scene, we had secured the files of all of the games, and a member of the community had gone in and removed the network checks so they were playable. At this point, they were just added to a big folder of every game that they had preserved, and we were just kind of sitting there. And you could find it if you went to their Discord server and found a link to it. It was kind of the only way. Since this point, like, Ketai World, the group of people who are doing all of this preservation, they've made massive steps in getting this more accessible. UV App has made something called the Ketai World Launcher, which is a super accessible emulator. Instead of rummaging through a bunch of drives to try to find a file you want to play, it's just a library of games. You search the words Kingdom Hearts Mobile appears, you can download the files all from inside the launcher. I think it was around like 2 months after they were preserved that I caught wind of the fact that we had the files. And I saw all of them sitting there, and I thought, wow, I would love to try those out. And so I'd spent an afternoon just playing all of the mini games. I was using Google Translate on my phone, taking pictures of the emulator on my computer screen to try to understand what was going on in the menus. It was a bit of a hassle. And I played all of these, and I thought, that was really cool. How have I never heard of these before? How had I no idea that there were 8 different games and that they were so cool and interesting? And that slowly kicked off the process of going through each one and trying to preserve more about it. There's like a secret that someone shared with me that the rest of the community didn't know. I was like, I have to get it out there.
Wish everyone could be that protective and responsible with secrets in the community, you know? That'd be
Whoa.
great. Anyway.
Flip your coin. Flip it now.
That's fine. I'm not ranting with Aid here. I'll do it later.
Fine. We'll wait.
Yeah, but I'll flip a coin while you go on. Heads is rant. Let's see. Then I got heads, so I'll think of
You'll
something.
rant at some point.
Yep.
Let's see. So I played the games. So I went through each game started just making spreadsheets. If it had levels, mark down every level, what characters were there, what difficulty it was, or what was going on. I would take notes of anything that was new or different. I started one by one, a process where I would record footage of it, write down as much information as I could figure out, and then I would post a video on it to my channel, and basically simultaneously, as I was doing this, write an article for it on the KH Wiki and put that up as well.
What a busy bee.
And also just because it's fun. Like, the games were fun to play. I enjoyed it.
So at what point were you like, okay, this needs to be playable in as complete of a form as possible, but also I need to translate this thing from top to bottom and make it like a very polished, accessible thing, way more than anybody ever would have asked you to do.
I think that was when I was working on my project for March Caprice 5. That was the Daifugo video. When I realized that this game had canon lore in it, as small as it might have been, I thought, everyone needs to hear this, because it's silly, and it's charming, and I love it. I think one of the effects I had in the video is that just the story section, just the opening cutscene, I had translated and then put into the game files so I could show it in English on the screen as I was reading it out. And I did that, and I realized that wasn't too hard. I wonder if I could do this for all of the text. And that was a terrible thing to say, because just because it wasn't too hard in that situation does not mean the rest of it would be so straightforward. But that's kind of what kickstarted it.
I have to say, that video is probably one of my favorite Kingdom Hearts videos of all time. I will never get over the jaw drop of you getting Megan Martin. I cannot believe that she did this. I cannot believe this happened.
I couldn't believe she did it either. I sent in the request for the cameo, and I was honestly surprised that she agreed to it.
I kind of am too. I mean, I don't know, like, would Disney or Square get mad at her for doing that? I feel like voice actors at cons and panels and stuff, like, they'll read lines from things that they didn't originally voice. Do you think that was, like, is there any, like, hairiness to that issue at all?
Yeah, but I think that they cannot possibly micromanage them enough, but it's kind of an isolated incident.
And I can't imagine that this would ever get to the scale where Disney would catch wind of it.
Take down the Daifugo video now!
It's too late. It's out there.
Now we have to preserve the video about the preservation in case the lawyers get it.
Yeah. It was a real privilege to be behind the scenes every time that you would bring something up in Requiem. It was really neat to see that kind of come together in real time. It was
an interesting project because I never attempted something at such a scale before. It was a lot of fun to work my way through, and each game presented its own little unique challenges that I would have to overcome. It definitely helped me a lot. Like, I learned a lot about not only like the programming side of things, but also just basic graphics editing.
That feels like it took forever, but in the grand scheme of things, it was only like 7 months.
Yeah, it was not that long.
Aid has a really comprehensive behind-the-scenes developer commentary video as well on our channel. David, show it in the thing, and then I'll link to it. And also, there's a really cool announcement reveal trailer that has all of the links to it if you want to play it. Is there anything in particular that you want people to know about either your efforts with preserving it or any future updates that you could see or any misconceptions? I mean,
the biggest thing is just that if you have not played it, it takes maybe 5 minutes to get it on your computer. There's a single link. You can download the launcher, just search up Kingdom Hearts. They're all there. The English versions are there, and the Japanese versions are there if you prefer the originals. They're so easy to just access and play. And if you have no idea what's going on in any of them, you can just read the wiki page too. That's okay. You will not regret it if you play it.
They do need a stream game soon, so I could probably fill up a couple of slots, right?
I just think it's really nice that we can still have something from that era that's playable, wood that we could everything. That does bring me to the next topic, which is coded proper. Yeah, let's talk about preservation of coded. Like, as far as I'm aware, people are still trying to figure it out.
Yeah. It's complicated. Unlike Vcast or something like that, you could have all of coded on your phone at the same time if you wanted to. I don't think that was one of the issues. But it took a long time until the community had the knowledge and technology to be able to extract all of the pieces of the game. There's a while where you could get I don't really understand all of the technical details, but like you could get the data of the game, but not the files you needed to actually execute the data and decode it and play the game. We had the data, but that data didn't actually do anything for us. And then more recently, the community found a way to extract everything they needed. And they got the demo episode of the original Kingdom Hearts coded, and that is now fully preserved. So now we just need to use that same process to get all of the original files. I don't know all that's going on. I hear bits and pieces because I have my foot in the Keta community, but from my understanding, it's a matter of when. Eventually, we will get all of Kingdom Hearts coded, and it will be preserved. It feels like it is on the horizon.
Interesting. Well, that's a lot more optimistic than the last time I had heard anything, which was basically like, we have some files, we have no way of saving this.
I could be wide of the mark here, but that's just, from the chatterings I've heard, it feels like there is more optimism about this game than at least some of the other lost ones, like getting all of Before Crisis, which has been a monumental undertaking. I do have a slight tangent about the demo of Coded, because I own it.
Wait, is Aid going to go into anti-form right now, or do we?
Well, Aid's avatar is already heartless.
Okay.
No, I don't think
That's how
this
you
is...
circumvent these
Aid
issues.
stays in dark form.
Yeah, a neutral rant. So I own Kingdom Hearts Coded, like the demo episode. I have a Docomo P01A that I got shipped from Japan with the original demo episode on it. I have played it. I love the demo episode because people always say that recoded story, whatever, but you have to experience the gameplay. That's like the narrative I always hear, is people gushing about how Recoded had this really interesting gameplay system. And that gameplay in Recoded was a mix of Birth by Sleep and Days and Original Coded. Because Original Coded's gameplay is nothing like Recoded. It's its own thing, and it's really fun. It has this control scheme that's like the original Chain of Memories, where you're moving on this not quite 2D plane, and you double tap to roll and stuff like that. But then it also has a meter system that is like really kind of like the closest thing to a drive gauge in any other Kingdom Hearts game. It has a bunch of really interesting mechanics that I really wish I could play a full game to explore more, other than just the 5-minute demo. But that demo episode, it controls really nicely, except if you're trying to emulate it, where it runs at about 3 or 4 frames per second. A member of the Ketai community, Yuvi, is working on it. They just a few days ago pushed a beta patch to the launcher. The demo of Coded has been made to run properly. It's not there on all devices, but it has been made to run properly in an emulator, and there's currently work being done to get that to be widely compatible. Sooner rather than later, everybody will be able to experience the original demo of Kingdom Hearts Coded. My personal plan is I had really wanted to do the same thing I did with Kingdom Hearts Mobile and get this little demo episode into English. So once this thing can actually run at a resolution where it does not take 3 hours to test a single piece of text, then it will be much more possible and feasible. And when that does happen, I do plan on getting the coded English version.
That's exciting.
Yeah, I'm very excited for that. The demo does not have a recoded version. Like, there is no counterpart for what happens in the demo for the English version. The demo has a unique story. I guess it's kind of canonical, kind of not. I don't know if No More would consider this canonical now, but he made it, so I'm going to say it's canonical. The taste and flavor of the Palpu is discussed for the first time in this demo. So look forward to that. People have been talking about it lately, so you probably already know that it tastes like sea salt ice cream.
I don't like that. There has to be more than one flavor profile in this series.
I don't fucking care if you like it.
Should I flip a coin again? I mean, it can't taste like anything else.
You could have an opinion. That's fine. Well, I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Connecting those two big symbols
I
of Kingdom
guess
Hearts
so.
together.
You mean it tastes like ice cream? It's a fruit.
No, it tastes salty and sweet.
Oh, okay.
Is the point of it.
Okay, I got
Not that it tastes like ice
So
cream.
it's a salty
that
and
it
sweet
has
fruit.
Yeah.
Like watermelon with tahini.
Or like me.
Yeah, maybe more like the watermelon.
Okay, well, I hate you. Let's
That's
keep.
fair. That's fair. So fair.
Keep going.
If you are a Kingdom Hearts fan, regardless of what your feelings are on Recoded, don't just dismiss the original Coded, because it has a lot of stuff that is not comparable to its remake, that is a lot of interesting mechanics and presentation that is not there anywhere else, and has never reappeared in the series. So finding this will be of interest to anyone with an interest in Kingdom Hearts.
Can I piggyback on that for just a second? I'm gonna do an unprecedented rant. I'm probably not gonna go into anti-form, but I just think that if you are ushering people into Kingdom Hearts, I really, really hate it when people tell newcomers, just skip this. You know?
Yeah.
I get it if you don't like it. That should be someone else's choice.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I guess somebody who talks about the games and obviously has opinions and like games that I would not love to play in my free time. But, you know, you want everyone to get a slice of everything that's on offer, right? Like, I always say, like, I don't love Coded or I don't love Dream Drop, but like definitely play it and, you know, make your own decisions and your own opinions on it. It'd be silly to direct someone away from part of this grander thing that we really appreciate.
Yeah. Every Kingdom Hearts game is someone's favorite game. Every single one. So let them decide. Let them have that. Aid, I loved having you on. I love you being here. I also want to shout out that you're the creator of Heed to the Pulse. The Kingdom Hearts Hurdle experience that Pat plays in every stream. We love that. Aid, where should people find you? I'll let you say.
You can find me most easily on YouTube at Aid1043. If I'm posting anything, it will probably be there. But for random miscellaneous things, you could also follow me on Blue Sky, also Aid1043.
You might also know Aid from the Weather Channel versus Kingdom Hearts music video.
Oh, yeah. That's a huge video. That's a huge one.
I'll receive comments on that from people being like, I don't know what Kingdom Hearts is, but I'm a lifetime Weather Channel fan, and I found this video.
Yeah, big fan of the weather. There's people from the Weather Channel fandom who are working on preserving some of the lost storms and typhoons of the 1900s. You know,
Kingdom Hearts Typhoon Go.
Typhoon Go is also translated as tycoon a lot of the time.
It works both ways. Aid, do you want to stick around for the question?
Sure, why not?
All right. Okay. This one is from RC Cap, or Cap for short.
What's up, Cap?
Cap. Hi, Cap. I wanted to thank both of you and Esper and David, of course, for all the great podcast episodes for season 1 and 2. Got into Kingdom Hearts around late 2024. Your content makes the level 99 grinds so much more bearable. Aw, that's so nice. Finished episode 2 right as I got to level 99 in Aqua and 0.2. Speaking of 0.2, I wanted to ask you both, and now Aid, what you want to see if Kingdom Hearts did another game in the same style or format. You know, we can call it like 3.2 or whatever for now. I personally think Riku and Quadratum and Mickey and Scala are going to be saved for 4. I wouldn't mind seeing Kyrie's training with Aqua, Terra mastering his darkness, catching up whatever Vanitas is doing. My personal favorite idea, Twilight Town-focused game where Roxas and Shion do objectives reminiscent of the missions in Days. I could see an expanded ice cream shop where Roxas and Shion do more WarioWare games, while Lee and Isaac are like gay in the background. Again, thank you.
Did you say gay in the background?
I will post a screenshot. That's what Cap said, not me. Again, thank you all for delivering such quality content during this quiet period of Kingdom Hearts. I look forward to watching future episodes of No Sad Face during my grind finishing up the series. Thank you, Cap. I love 0.2.
Yeah, thank you.
I have been long campaigning that we need more 0.2s, especially if it takes Kingdom Hearts 6 or 7 years to release a game. The potential is endless. But honestly, I'd love more time with any of the characters, especially characters that probably won't have campaigns in mainline games. I think this is a great place for them to shine. Terra's a great example. I really want Kyrie to have her own game, but if the Kingdom Hearts gods still choose not to give her favor, sure, why not a 0.2? I guess I'm also interested in characters like Naminé who have a lot of untapped like power potential and what that could mean for like gameplay people who aren't Keyblade wielders. Otto has a great idea called Detective Pence, where it's just Pence solving crimes in Twilight Town, and I think that's a lot of fun.
Pensachu. Let me pitch this. Let me pitch something. All right, we're in Radiant Garden in the lab. It's an Ienzo game. Ienzo's trying to catalog, archive, preserve all of the lost Kingstagram posts. and Dylan and Alias are being gay in the foreground.
Oh, wow.
What do you think? What do you think of that?
I think I've read that fan fiction before.
Yes, I did link to you my AO3 account, so I forgot about that. I thought this was
well,
breaking
you
news.
know, I think the most surprising thing is that Dylan and Alias are both sides. But regardless, setting that aside, I think Enzo would be a great candidate for a micro game.
Yeah, I think like a WarioWare series of games on like the B2C list characters that could actually be unironically fun.
Aid, what do you think?
A small thing like 0.2, now that Missing Link isn't here and can't do this anymore, it's also a great opportunity to fill in weird gaps in the timeline. Like how Daifugo gave his info about what was happening while Namine was restoring Sora's memories. Maybe you have Lee and Isa searching for Subject X. Or something like that.
That would be fun. A stealth game of Lee and Isa breaking into the dungeon.
Sign me up, yes.
I love that. Oh, wow. The Fall of Hollow Bastion.
Mm-hmm.
That's another great one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, play a Sid and get all the kids on the boat so you can blast off out of the collapsing.
You want to play a Final Fantasy
castle.
character? Here's Grandpa Sid getting the damn kids on the boat.
It wouldn't make sense to have a full-length game set in any of these times, but give me a 2 or 3 hour campaign? Absolutely.
Yeah, a little short one.
What a good idea, Aid.
This is all such cope. Like, imagine getting a game.
Aid, it was really great having you. We don't
pleasure.
do guests very often, but when we do, they're really cool.
Thank you so much for
And
having
you're
me.
definitely the coolest guest.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, anytime. All of Aid's links are below. We're gonna say goodbye to Aid now. Kick her off the call. Wrap up. I'm gonna make Pat
Free
do his
her.
rant without Aid in the room because
Yeah.
he's a little rant shy.
I'm a little self-conscious.
Great stream though, powerful stream.
Very
You don't need to
powerful.
be
Yep,
rant
Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays.
shy. All right, thank you, Aid.
Thanks, Aid.
Thank you, VJ. Thank you, Pat.
Thank you again, Aid. Goodbye, Aid.
That was so good. Really nice to, because I also met Aid at Reconnect, but I didn't have that many opportunities to really talk. So it was nice.
Yeah, not a lot of FaceTime.
Yeah, yep.
Aid, very quiet. A lot of fun though. So knowledgeable. So young.
Yeah, I was thinking
Crazy.
about
Just crazy.
the Avatar Kingdom. Don't you think that? Didn't you say that the Avatar Kingdom is going to be in KH4?
Did I say that?
The James Cameron Avatar Kingdom?
Oh, I said that it is a very hefty possibility.
I agree with you. I think there is decent odds.
Yeah,
I think
that we all
some
need to
people
get
were
on
like
board.
PJ now, but yeah, it makes sense to me.
I don't care. People are always saying PJ no.
Yeah.
Only in regards to Kingdom Hearts,
Yeah,
and I always ignore them.
Yeah.
So whatever. I don't care. I
Yeah.
don't give a shit.
Right.
Speaking of not giving a shit, you lost a coin toss.
I did, and I'm ready. All right, here I go. Brah, I'm gonna transform.
Oh my God.
Kingdom Hearts fans are just like the least funny people on the internet, and I've never expressed this on like a official like outlet, like in my own videos, like maybe on stream, but never on like a podcast or in a main channel video.
Yes, and go off.
It's just like we have 3 jokes. Like people make fun of, right-wing people for having like the one joke about the genders. Like Kingdom Hearts
Yes.
fans are only marginally funnier because we have like 3 jokes. And it's Donald doesn't heal.
And they're not transphobic.
And they're not transphobic, at least. Donald doesn't heal, Shion Who, and release time, waiting for the next game. I will give a little bit of flack, or less flack, to the last one because like we are in an unprecedented drought. But the other 2, we gotta knock it off. With the Shion, you can't make the joke anymore. 2019 was the last year you could have made the joke, and it gets exponentially less funny every year after 2009.
It wasn't even funny before that.
It was maybe funny
know?
like the first 3 times someone said it in 2009.
Yeah.
And then, you got Donald Doesn't Heal, which I did make like a little short video about way back in the channel's infancy. I know it's people are allergic to reading, especially going through the menus, but go to the fucking customization menu. You can make it so Donald focuses on defensive magic and healing. It's all up to you to customize the characters to act to your whims. We got to knock this off. We got to get some new material. I know that we all suffer as a community from the echolalia?
Yeah. Echolalia.
So
Echolalia.
I get that we repeat things, and that's probably a broader internet culture thing, but we can do better, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Missing link, it's missing.
Oh, that's the new one. That's like our 3rd and a half joke, yeah.
A third joke has hit the franchise, Mr.
Yeah.
President. Yeah, it's rough. It's real rough being a Kingdom Hearts fan and having to sit through
I'm not
people's
into the
humor.
rant anymore, but I want to clarify, I don't see myself as the arbiter of comedy or particularly towering.
And no one else does
exactly.
either.
So
So
we're
that's
all
good.
we're all on the same lost page there.
I'm chronically miserable, right? So whenever people are having too good of a time, I'm like, no,
Yeah, knock it off.
can't have this.
Stop that.
Can't have this.
I feel like people are going to think I'm, like, really mean about this, but it's okay. I really do still love you.
Yeah, I'll pay for improv classes.
Yeah, let's all go. Let's all go to UCB.
Yeah, we can all go. Yes, and. All right.
Is that it? Did we do it?
We did it.
Wow.
Now we just got to sign off.
Okay. Well, cue the music.
Yeah, this is part 1 of our mid-season finale. We always try to do something a little special midway through the season. So next week, we're going to have another special guest talking about the other lost mobile game, Missing Link.
Ooh, it's missing.
Yeah, but in the meantime, thank you for listening to another episode of No Sad Face. We try to post every other weekend. Sometimes it gets away from us, but we're usually pretty consistent. Good. And we can be, thanks to our lovely editor, David. Sometimes he does content edits on the episodes, sometimes not. He does the music, he does the editing, and of course our assets, our art, provided by the incredible Esperoba. Thank you so much to both of you. You're great. Thank you to Aid, our special guest, who joined us today. You can find all of our links, including everyone that we've worked with, at nosadface.com. It'll give you our socials, it'll give you the show's socials, it'll give you any projects we're working on, it'll give you access to our Patreon, and all the platforms on which we host the show. If you have any questions that you want us to answer, you can send them to nosadfacepodcast@gmail.com. It'll be a great time unless it's inappropriate, in which case we'll ignore it.
Yeah. And I want to say, you guys are funny. Funny looking.
I guess we're going to end with that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Bye. Well, you know, I like it when we insult them.
Yeah,
so that's a good note to end on.
I think they kind of like it. I think they like it too.
I think they like it when they can do it back, which they do to you all the time.
Yeah, but honestly, it's about time I start kicking back.
I feel like in the past, even when we've done streams and stuff, I've gone back to you to make sure you're okay.
Yeah, I get aftercare from people in my DMs. They're like, was that too much? Was it?
It's a lot.
Are you welting? Yeah.
Yeah. I could not handle it. With my connective tissue disorder, I literally have thin skin. Please, I am a baby. Don't come for me.
Yeah, watch out for PJ's soft spot, okay?
Yeah.
Don't drop him.
It's the whole body.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da.
All right, I'm stopping.
David, don't cut any of that.
Keep it!